Hi, everybody. Today, I wanted to tune in and talk a little bit about my work in the context of the movement that we're experiencing right now. Right now, we're experiencing a revolution that the catalyst for is quite violent. And so, I've been seeing a lot of people talking about, focusing on the positive, like resonating on a higher frequency, kind of honoring the places where we connect as humans rather than focusing on the divisiveness of where we are as human beings. And so, as someone who does that kind of work, I would like to ask that you not weaponize it to excuse your racism, because I have done a lot of shadow work in my life to come to a point where I can understand forgiveness and gratitude and connection and love. And even I, who has dedicated my life to that kind of work of raising my own frequency, can see when someone is using that bullshit as a weapon against Black people and to excuse the oppression of Black people. So that's my request, first of all. And then, second of all, as someone who has done this work, I would also like to share some of the things that I'm experiencing in the context of this movement. I think that it's really important to be listening mostly to Black and Brown voices. But if you are listening to mine right now, I want to invite you to understand that forgiveness is not possible. One, when there is no relationship, and two, when the relationship is not safe. And so I'm talking about, because I've done work like this, there's a lot that I understand about forgiveness, whether you're talking about it in like a woo-woo resonance way, or if you're talking about it in like a psychological early childhood shadow work way. There are a lot of different ways that you can come at forgiveness. And so when I experience that kind of frequency, it's important that my relationship with the thing that I'm forgiving is first safe, right? So when we're talking about doing individual work, like for example, if I have someone in my family that abused me and I want to forgive them, I can't go to their face and forgive them because that would be dangerous. What I can do is I can create a safe relationship with myself and a safe relationship with a part of me that was hurt and forgive that person from a distance, right? Because we have space. And so that is how I can cultivate forgiveness without putting myself in danger. And when we're asking Black people to have an energy of forgiveness, it is incredibly insulting to the experience that they're having right now, which does not have any space from the abuser and also does not have any safety in a relationship with the person. So I just wanted to provide that insight based on my experience with working with those energies, and maybe just call out someone if you see them using that language, because that kind of language is not to be used in this kind of work. We are working through a global trauma right now, and we as white people are having to answer for our crimes. And we are also, if we are in the work of a spiritual path, if we are doing the contemplative and meditative work for ourselves, it is our responsibility to not only be taking as much action as we can, and then maybe some more than we can, because we can and we should, but also to hold space for the actual resonances and feelings that are happening right now, which is the grief of Black people and the acknowledgement of oppression of Black people and the generational trauma that Black people are experiencing, and that is coming to the surface right now. And so we can hold space for that, right? We can hold firm in our wall of love and light within us so that we can hold space and try to mutate some of that energy into a learning experience for ourselves, right? We can listen, but what we cannot do is use these energies and these frequencies and the work that we and other people around the world do every day as an excuse or as a band-aid, or as a distraction, honestly. So if your spiritual work is distracting you from the global work that's happening right now, then your spiritual work must not use fucking astrology, or it isn't in the third dimension, because right now we as people that are spiritual, it is necessary for us to be participating in this global conversation so that the next generations can have the healing that they deserve. And right now, we are not in a space where these next generations can have healing because we are not bringing our Black brothers and sisters with us into that space of healing unless we do the difficult work now. So that's how I feel about that. And also, I am sending lots of love.